Добрый вечер.
Добрый вечер, дамы и господа.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
От имени русской пароходной компании
On behalf of Russian Steam Company,
Круиза,
on behalf of our cruise
администрации
administration,
судна,
our crew,
мы рады приветствовать вас на нашем корабле.
we are very happy to welcome you on board our ship, Peter I.
Наверное, может быть, не для всех, но надоело это путешествие по берегу.
Well, we hope you enjoyed Moscow so far, haven't you? Of my crew now.
Первый штурман, помощник капитана Андрей.
Our first navigation officer, first mate Andrei.
Директор ресторана Андрей.
The director of the restaurant Andrei.
Шеф-повар.
Welcome our chef. Welcome our chef Елена.
Судовой медик.
Alexander.
И директор круиза Сергей.
Our cruise director Sergey. And let me also introduce the members of our crew. Our Victoria. Alina. We have massage salon on board, so welcome our hairdresser Galina. And let me introduce our guest lecturer, Dr. Elena Gritsenko.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you and a great privilege. I'm really looking forward to help you learning more about the Russian heritage, historical and cultural, and I'm really looking forward to help you learn more about Russia and Russians and to love more Russia and Russians. Thank you.
Away from me as fast as it could go. Well, he's not very big, about this big, but still. And so then I came up in a hurry.
the 10th century, a certain prince called Jan Pluskevich came to this area from Kiev to register large sea. The Volga River makes a bend at this place, so Ugal, Uglич, they sound the same. It's also possible that the name was derived from, the origin was from Finno-Ugric tribes language, because before the Slavic tribe moved to this area, it had been populated by Finno-Ugric tribes. Was sent to Uglич together with his mother and numerous relatives. 7 years later, he accused Boris Godunov officials. 12 people were sent by Boris Godunov to keep an eye on Prince Dmitry. Local townsfolk turned upon those officials, killing 12 of them. It becomes the main version. And the townsfolk was cruelly punished for the uprising for killing them.
5-0-74.
Надя, видишь, как здорово эта дура. Ну что с тобой поговорили? Два слова.
Okay. So the second peculiarity is the likings of all the Russians for pickled hors d'oeuvres, or for pickled vegetables and fruits, but mostly vegetables. The third peculiarity is the abundance in Russian cuisine of baked foods, all kinds of pies and pancakes. And the fourth peculiarity is also the presence of a variety of fish dishes, especially freshwater fish dishes. And so, of course, that can be, all these peculiarities can be explained. The first of all, by Russian geography. We have so many forests and rivers and fields. That's where all the mushrooms and berries and fish comes from. Since we've always been cultivating grains, cover it and nip the ends. And this is a traditional Siberian dish, but it is also now spread in different parts of Russia, and they have slightly different recipes for them.
But read it, and then she can
Yes, flowers, so easy. You like this,
That'll be the next day.
Yes. Yes.
No, before that.
Before that. You mean just do, with just water? Yes, just water, flour, and one egg. One egg.
I was like, Roy was doing it himself. Architectural attractions. after the catastrophes of its function still houses the local fire brigade. So, here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, you face backwards. I'm going to stand in our square, and I told you that originally all those buildings were office government buildings, and they remain such today. So we already know the fire observation tower, 35 meters high. By the way, on the ground floor there is the cosmetic shop and the pharmacy, if you need.
€8 かな。
There's the biggest seminary in the country is there. Well, I can only tell you, new people who go, for instance, to church every Sunday. Well, in Moscow you can find quite a lot of buildings painted in the same way. And 5, and he visited the monastery. That was a private visit. The local archbishop, Alexander, there is his name, made a new bell for this monastery. It took only 3 months to raise money for the bell. The bell was made here in Russia. Louder.
Mikhail?
Yes, Michael, of course, Michael. They decided to call it Michael after 2 Michaels belonging to the Romanov family.
Well, we're going to be on and off here. We're going to be on and off. About seeing more monasteries, more. We weren't here yet.
About 30 kilometers along the Volga, and we have 6 districts, so that's one of the 6 districts.
Right.
Now on your left, and this is a small river, the tributary with the impossible name, very difficult to pronounce. I will try. So Kotorsul is the name. Rostov was the capital. Prince Yaroslav was sent by his father, Prince Vladimir, from Kiev to become prince of this small land. In those days, Kiev was the capital of Russia, now it's capital of Ukraine. So the prince was living there in Rostov the Great, but his town was attacked all the time by different gangs and tribes who would come from this area, from neighborhood, from the forests, especially from the Volga. Many of them would come from the Volga, enter this small river and sail upstream all the way to the walls of the town. Tiga 996, that's the age of the town today. It's what are they? And they look like three women, but right, the icon is the Trinity. It was painted in the 14th century by the famous Andrei Rublev, the great artist of Russia. Have you seen it? All right. So, the idea of religious sculpture is strange to Russia. We never had them. Built these brick and stone walls around the monastery. It took them more than a century to build it. And after the walls were completed, it turned the monastery into a kind of fortress. Some details of the walls remind of Moscow Kremlin walls, but that's just typical Russian fortress architecture. And that's why even local people make this mistake. Now and then they call it Kremlin. Brick with some earth inside, but it's mostly brick. So it's hard to destroy even. Of course we'll hear the bells. Just for us. Now a few more words about the place. So this is the former main square of the monastery. I think you should see first of all when you come through the main entrance at least. Actually it had to be seen from any corner, but especially from the main entrance. So that building appeared about 100 years after the monastery had been closed. We still don't know why. Nobody left at all. Only the Archbishop was living here in the corner house. All of Look at the decorations on the wall. Look down on the floor. Walk about and enjoy. Some very old posters on the walls. Look, there's.
일반적인 대접이죠.
Come up to this table.
이번 하지면은 정리하고 나눠줄게.
Have you got the same as me? How many megas? 5
About again, polish it, make the sketch, and introduce the second coat of lacquer with a particular color, for instance, red. Dry the shape out, polish, and introduce the third coat of color, for instance, blue. And so, up to 10 or 12 times, introducing each color separately until the whole colorful pictures don't have a 3D image. They usually they look flatter because they have just a hand painting or even a print covered with 1 or 2 coats of lacquer. All of the boxes are signed at the bottom of the main scene, like here or there. The magnifying glasses are available for $50 and go up to infinity, you understand. To determine the price, just open the box. I say only because also you have these kind of stuff is changing calculations, like you do in childhood. Only in case, so try to pay the same equation. And one more remark, because all the numbers here are ratio, and charts are available at the table. I would like to say a few words about this fire. Interesting here is this Fiji Island. I don't know if you have been there or you are going with these timber churches. That's a
This fits very well with the general architectural style of the square. As you see that.
To the bus now. I'm taking you to the.
Look at your dollar bills go fast.
Now the choices. Straight ahead. The pedestrian street.